Back speaking with Alex Biggs from Lightning Minerals on Just Stocks this morning. Alex, great to see you.
Good to see you too, Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, really well, Alex. And look, the market likes this deal you've announced this morning, a significant transaction, the acquisition here of 2 lithium projects in Brazil. Just tell us a bit more about the terms, what you like about these projects.
Yeah, the market likes it. We like it, right? And as part of what we've done here at Lightning is we've always made it clear that we're always looking for opportunities. And obviously, we got our Dundas project, we got our Quebec project, but what we see here in Brazil, we really do see as transformational to the company. Why is that? What do we like about this? Firstly, location, brilliant location, eastern Brazilian pegmatite province, more colloquially known as Lithium Valley. Which hosts Latin Resources, Colina project, 70 odd million tons, Sigma Lithium's project as well, which is like 109 million tons. So, it's prolific, that region, but it's not just that. I mean, it's how quickly those projects have been developed, and Sigma's obviously in production. Latin is, probably not too far away, right? So I think when you look at that whole region, that hosts all of Brazil's known lithium reserves and pretty much resources, right? So to get a foothold in that region is a huge coup in itself. Now, the projects we've acquired are 20 kilometers south of Colina, Latin Resources project. We like the whole underlying geology, the Salinas Formation, which hosts those 2 projects. Same rocks present where we are. We've seen some early stage work on these projects as well. So we've got lithium bearing minerals, high grade tantalum as well, which is a good indicator of fractionation point and that you're in the right region, right? It's in the right area. So all these things are tick, 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 right? But I think as if we were to acquire this project and not having had any of this work done, it'd probably be 6 to 12 months to get up to this sort of speed where we are today. We also like the regional geophysics, that sort of demonstrates the structural trends, and these 2 projects are hosted in similar structural trends to the other projects that we see in the region. So all these things are good things to follow up on, and I guess the proof is in the pudding. So let's get on the ground and start doing that work, and we'll talk about that work program in a sec, if you like.
And this transaction's based on milestones here.
Hey, that's what we like. I mean, that's an interesting, it's always an interesting way to structure a deal. And, I like it when people put a deal together and they see value, firstly, in the deal. There's 3 milestones: 5 million tons, 10 million tons, and 30 million tons. Okay. The fact that they see the value in Lightning as a business to do that work as well is a big tick for the team here. And it's something I've always said, it's not just necessarily winning the fight, it's how you fight as well. And, times have been tough in this space, and, it's been difficult for all of us at the junior end. But, if you keep doing the work and you keep working hard and do what you say you're going to do, you will get success and you will get opportunities. So this is a great structure of a deal, and it allows us now to get on the ground, be focused, and hit those milestones, and that's the target.
And so what are some of the initial field work plans?
So initially, what we'd like to do, we'll get out there, we'll do some more reconnaissance work, we'll look at these high priority targets. We'll be going out to Brazil in June, likely early June. There's a lithium conference in Belo Horizonte I think it's 12th and 13th of June. So we'll be there for that. Get on the ground with the guys over there. We'll look at some of these high priority targets. We're going to do some of this aeromag work as well. We want a bit more granularity than what is available in the state, the state geological data that exists. And I think once you start overlaying these things, that allows you then to start putting drill targets together and then drilling later this year. Let's not mess around here. We've got a good, couple of good projects. We've got a couple of good targets. We just need to get on the ground, start delineating, start defining them, and get on the ground, start drilling. So that's what we're going to do. We're aggressive in the way we do things. Brazil certainly is a place to do business, facilitates that. I mean, project development timelines are pretty good. So we don't see any issues there. So that's what it's all about now. Get on the ground, do the work.
And you know Brazil well, having lived and worked there.
I've spent some time over there, correct, previously. So yeah, no, I do have some understanding of the country and the culture, which I think always helps. So, it's good to be going back to a country that I really, I really love as well, and to see other operators, foreign operators like Latin, having done such good work there so quickly, obviously gives us that confidence that, these projects aren't hamstrung by things like, all this legislation and go slow stuff, which we see in other parts of the world. And, Minas Gerais as a region, don't forget, that is the mining region. That is the Western Australia of Brazil. So that hosts most of the mining there, certainly the large scale stuff. So that is a big tick as well. So yeah, it's going to be good to be back there.
And the idea is to access a local field team, is it?
Yeah, correct. We do have relationships with guys there to help us. Technically, the Brazilians are very, very good geologically, mining engineering wise. I mean, it's a mining country. It's very similar to Australia in a lot of ways, right? Their school of mines there in Minas Gerais is very, very good. So having the quality people, that's no problem. Tick, we know some guys there that can get on the ground and start doing this work for us quickly.
And I suppose just back to what you said a bit earlier, despite some weakness in the lithium sector, you're clearly standing firm.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's easy to flip and flop as a junior and go, oh, this is hot, let's chase this, let's do that. It's easy to do that. I mean, we've always said as a company that we're critical minerals focused, and specifically lithium. We believe in that thematic. I've spoken about it many times. We are in a bit of a downturn now. I think that, if we believe all these targets that governments are setting, and they're still sticking to that, maybe they're dragging out a little bit, which is something I'd always identified as a risk. But ultimately, if they're pushing forward, over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, this industry is very buoyant and very relevant. So I think now is the time to be making acquisitions like we've done. And we're going to see that upswing, I think, later this year.
And you've announced a well-supported placement alongside the deal this morning, so clearly well-financed for your near-term work plans.
Yeah, correct. We did a capital raising of 1.5 million at 7 cents. Now, I mean, when we first started looking at this deal, our share price was just below 7. So doing it at that market value in this current market is really, really good. So yeah, that was well supported, oversubscribed. But 1.5 million, that gets us on the ground doing that work. We've still got money in the bank as well, so we're not, we're not desperado right now. But that allows us to do this early stage work, add that value, and move the project forward.
Really good to see you, Alex. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Andrew. Speak soon.